everyone. Welcome to Jack Dungeon YouTube channel. Kids, today I want to talk about cost of living crisis. Isn't it nuts? Cost of living crisis. These days, it's so expensive to live in America. So expensive to live everywhere. It's been a long couple of weeks. My wife and I have decided that it's best that I move to Africa and leave the West. If I could point to a reason, I'd say there's not really one reason as to why I would move there, other than I think that it's just critical mass in paying to be abused, to live in a place to where there's no upward mobility. And if there is an upward mobility, that means consuming more, taking up more space, building more trash, more pollution, more unnecessary noise, more stress, and just greed. We don't want to be the harbingers of abuse, whether created or participating in. So this is our way of gaining back some of our humanity. My wife has said it's probably a good thing in the long term that we could possibly save a little more money. We save money with stocks and such. However, this is a chance to really get out of the oppressive states of America. Now, it has nothing to do with who the president is. I voted for Donald John Trump 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. When he had the Apprentice TV show, I was a big fan. But I was always a fan of Donald Trump. When his commercials and media adventures, misadventures, his TV appearances, even Welcome in the World, World Wrestling Entertainment, Donald John Trump, Awesome Entertainment. I voted for him on The Apprentice. I wish I could have been The Apprentice and gotten fired by Mr. Trump. He's looking at you, Omarosa. In 2016, I was torn as if I wanted to vote for Donald John Trump or not, because I had said that he was the American Psycho candidate, that he was a real life version of Patrick Bateman, and that if we elected him, we were electing the American Psycho. Context, not that. What does that mean? You know, as a linguistics major in college, we tend to disassemble things a lot. And we overanalyze and we hang on every word and gesture that is heard and consumed by us. We can't let it go. An eye wink, sneeze, a cough, an erect posture when sitting, a Padmansana, sitting strategy, nervous tics, the way someone eats. If they're vulgar, they have manners. And it's just, that doesn't mean if the person's good or not. And if the person is good, they can always mess up and be a bad person. And here we are with this decision. A person that is good but makes a lot of mistakes is evil. And a person is evil, other than they plan to be evil, hurt themselves and others, and continually hurt others and dedicate their lives to others to hurt them. Well, how is that the aim of the human being or not any other human being's aim? How can one exist without doing either? I'm a fan of Martin Heidegger. I've read a lot of philosophy books. I didn't read to the end, because then I'll be qualified to speak on these. The point is there's no point. There's no point. There's no point. There's no point. Why not vote for Trump? Why not vote for him twice? You got a team full of politicians, then you have a guy who's a businessman who has no way in hell, no chance in hell of winning this election. Now, if the same if Mark Cuban was running for president, I made an educated whoosh to vote for Trump 2016. In 2020, it was a no-brainer. You did it before, why not do it again? I mean, you see yourself as conservative. You want things that are conservative. You don't believe in what Democrats, other side, Obsidian folks hate you for voting for Trump, and you've always done what has gotten other Obsidian folks to hate you. So vote for Trump and get Obsidian black folks to hate you. I did an impersonation of my wife just now. I always want to do things that make black people dislike me, and I've always done it by accident as a child. And I got a rush when I knew that I was doing something big. I did it twice. Donald John Trump, American Psycho candidate. Well, here we are. Here we are. It's very expensive to live in this country. The average apartment in the United States is $2,000 per month, no matter where you live, no matter what state. In order to buy a house in half of the states of the United States, you need a salary of at least $80,000 to $85,000 per year to buy a house in the United States, half the United States. I'm pretty sure Detroit and Mississippi, you could buy a house for $500, I'm sure. But either way, you wouldn't want to live in those states and those houses unless you like raccoons, possums, and Pookie visiting you unannounced, and rain and mildew and mold and gold and snakes and told, story told. You can buy a $500 house and deal with the consequences. You can buy a $500,000 house and deal with the consequences. Last year, I attended an open house for a home that was $500,000 with no intention of making an offer, moving in, or even laying on the floor for 3 minutes. However, I saw it, and I saw the opulence of America, not the elite. I saw the opulence of the American appetite, and its face was greasy and set low. I did not like the way these houses were made, and I thought it gluttonous for any human to want to live in such a large house and want to upgrade later. $500,000 house leads to a $5 million house, leads to a $10 million property that you buy with two of your friends, and they backstab you. You go to court and file a lawsuit, and you get half of that money, $6 million. And you got $6 million property, but you're enemies. And you have to constantly be in a contract with these people in order to keep your business running, but you're not friends anymore. The good part is you all have a property that's worth $6 million or more. Look at my arms. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a fake estate agent. It's too expensive. The rent is too damn high. The rent is too damn high. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Will Smith. Will Smith's house burned down. Moment of silence. Will Smith does not want to live in a $500 house in Detroit. Only if he's playing a person in Eminem's crew who's making a biopic, and Will Smith is that person in real life betraying them in a movie. That's the only way Will Smith would move into a $500 Detroit or Mississippi home. And yes, no one knows anything. No one knows anything. I always wanted to do that like Tom Selleck. Do you concur? Do you concur? Do you concur? Tom Selleck, quite a mustache, man. Oh, that burns. Oh! Oh! I'm just trying to get the time at 20 minutes so YouTube can see the algorithm promote me. A home is a privilege. A home is a privilege. Everyone does not have a privilege. Everyone does not have a right to home ownership. Who has a right to home ownership? There's many countries that are much cheaper than the United States. Maybe you can't own a home because you're a foreigner, albeit, I bet you can get one for a price you can buy, and I digress. Don't think that you're special because you have a home valued at X, Y, T-bars, chili, or left eye. Because Kamai Komodo Kidogo, your kimono is Sacramento a logo, bro. Uh, California is pricey. Yeah. Uh, Texas is overpriced. Major cities in Texas are jacking up prices 50%. DFW, Plano, McKinney, Dallas, Forney, Mesquite. You buy a house. From there, what weather will you deal with? No one knows what weather you'll deal with. And in that, you are taking a risk, my friend, moving to these areas, thinking because the real estate is buyable, you can afford and buy these places. So you buy the place. Okay, let's talk about another thing I don't like. I don't like Air Jordans. I don't like Air Jordans. I don't like Air Jordans. Air Jordans cost about $220 to $300 or more, a lot more. I've seen Air Jordans for $25,000. I've seen Yeezys for $50,000. Listen to me. Just click off the video. Don't listen. Air Jordans can run you $250 to $300 American dollars. When I regretfully purchase a pair of Air Jordans, look at this beautiful hair. When I buy a pair of Air Jordans, I don't continually pay. When I buy Air Jordans, I don't continually pay for them. Once I pay the $200 or $300, regretfully, I'm done paying. I don't need to pay anymore, man. I'm not paying for that. So if they're mine, why must I continue to pay? Is a home health insurance, death insurance, health insurance, wealth insurance, tax insurance, rest insurance, meth insurance? Listen, 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 listen. The Obsidian black people race mostly don't own their homes in the United States. They are at the bottom of home ownership. Those ones that do own homes are mostly on the East Coast, namely Virginia, Hampton Roads, in Alabama, in Atlanta, in the lower parts of the United States, the South. Those are the homeowners. They are, they, 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 they are the generational owner. This wig is itchy. They are the prime owners of real estate in America. They've got a black obsidian skin. I'm not black. I'm Native American. I'm just trying to wait to get to the algorithm to get to the time to get the views I need. Get 3 views per week, man. 3 views per week. Views is a V. W V the V. Views. Wait. Views. Views. Don't buy a house, okay? You never own it. You keep paying for that. I'm not gonna pay for that. You keep paying for that. Always pay for it. Property taxes are keep increasing as you get older. As you get older, your earning potential goes down. Yes, you might have a nest egg, you might have a 401k. Yes, you have 10 jobs, you have 12 bitcoins and several 401k. Let's be pessimistic. Let's go down there. Pessimistic. I love being pessimistic. I love being a realist. Thank you, President Harney. I love being a realist. Yeah, no one owns your house, buddy. No one owns your house. Get out of it. As a great man once said, this wig is very itchy. 이제 뭔지 no comment. 우리 고마의 주시슈 데스타. 하지만 마마 시대에 일본인 게리 데스타. 또 다시 말하는다. 일본인 게스타. I can't tell you what to do. It's your bloody money. If you want to buy a home, then get one in the worst neighborhood with the best price, with the best HOA people to intimidate and run roughshod on your human rights, because you are buying into a home. You don't want human rights. You want to be told what to do. Listen. I've got a sibling. I've got a sibling who's paying a lot of money for a house. It's not a hole to pay for it. It's not like she's broke at the end of the month. She's always broke. Listen to me. He or she is broke and having no money. Only thing she can afford is candy and tomato sauce and spaghetti. Okay, I'm not going to bash the sibling, all right? I'm not going to bash it. Okay, this bash just a little bit. Okay, so brush my teeth. Now look, clean that up. It's kind of pikey, but you want to pack that in. Houses ain't cheap. My wife says cheap is expensive. Buy a house, get someone that's really old that can't respond to sign their house over for you for a Big Mac. Shake their hand, don't hug them, like shake their hand and then like push them away like rudely, like Fraser Crane meeting Tracy Morgan in real life on his show. That's the best way to get a house. You ain't got to have no money. You just got to trick old people. And old people are easy to trick. You just talk to them and you shake their hands. It's like, hey, Elma, hey, Gertrude, how you doing? Nice, how you go there? Want to sign it over to me? Ha 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 ha. They say, oh, I would never do that. I can't do it. And then you get some tea, right? Don't poison it. Don't put poison in tea, right? Don't put poison in the tea, blood. Do not poison old people, yeah? Just kind of like, rub shoulder. Hey, grandpa. I'm not your grandpa. I don't want to be patronized. Oh, you're old too. I mean, every day we get old and you mildew and stuff, and bring them in the wine situation. I'm just trying to say, some of the story. Just get inside your house. No, just go to Red Lobster, find a seat, say, hey, you got a nice house, sign the house over to me, And then getting drunk. Don't put anything to alcohol. Don't put anything to tea. Get some raw noodles and say, "Hey, it's been a long time since I had raw noodles. Aren't you like 86 or 26 right now?" And sell your house over to me. That's another technique. Perfectly qualified technique from purveyors and professors at Oxford University. You politely, very, very P. Diddy sneaky. P. Diddy sneaky. That's the key. P. Diddy sneaky. Get it? Get that old person. P. Diddy sneaky. Yes? Go up to them or down to them if they have that dog hump situation going on. And you say, hey, I'm kind of having a little bit of a bind, The past 9,000 years have been pretty difficult. Could you say, leave your house to me in your will? Will you? And then you give them a lollipop, and then they forget what you said to them. And then the old person, they reject it. It's like the foot in the door phenomenon. My psychology teacher that had a crush on me and tried to pinch my booty when I was crossing the street. Listen, that was a long time ago. She said, foot in the door and door in the face. She said, when you make a big salami-sized penis and you put that in a psychology class, and a ran through bisexual psychology professor that spent 12 years going to psychology school and doesn't have a degree, can't get a man and hits on a student, you can convince a subway to penetrate a tunnel in Leeds. She was drunk. She's always drunk in class. She used to teach a class barefoot. She's a batty girl, let me tell you. She was a batty professor. Listen, let's not talk about her. Buy a house. A house is a great investment. Your daddy told you to buy a house, and that's the only way you can maintain status in America. Because if you don't buy a house, you're going to be a loser and shut out of every single transaction in this country. And you don't want that, because if you do, you're probably going to be driving a 25-year-old Audi TT that to change a water pump, it costs $250. And you've got $750 in your account, and you want to take that out to fix that water pump. However, you can't take it out because the Audi TT you bought is a council creator that cannot be repaired. And that $750 you got in your account won't fix it because your wife wants gummy bears. I'm waiting on the algorithm to. I'm waiting on this chaps to monetize me because frankly, Franken Oaks candles smell like piss. Check out the YouTube channel. Goodbye. I feel like I should say something before. I feel like I should say something before I sign off with you. I should say one thing. I should say one thing. If you're an economist in Ohio, hey, we can't all shave close as we get cut close. Jack Donji YouTube channel. Goodbye and goodbye and goodbye and goodbye.